So, Coach, it's a pleasure to have you here this morning. Let's start with your journey, because I read somewhere that you started coaching all the way from high school. How has it been so far, and how did you finally get into coaching?
Yeah, I think it's way back. It's been a long time. When I was in secondary school, Form 1, I think that's when I started. I was schooling at the Pseudo Secondary School, and on Fridays, I get easier to come home. You know, at the same time I was playing the school team, so I had have the privilege to, convince the sportsmaster to give me easier every Friday, to come home and then gather boys and then we play our coach matches. I think it was not easy, and my parents were not into it. So sometimes I'll come to Accra and I'll go home, get a job done and then go back to school on Sunday evening. And we did that. Some of the boys that came out of that, I think one is Ransford Banini. He plays for the national team. He was pairing with Sami Kufo in under 17 when they went to Australia. I think when they went to Australia, the boy didn't come back again. He stayed there. I think it was a deal done by me myself for him to get there. And then Yapreku was part of it those days. And it's been a long journey. So that's when it started. And then we started with the Saint Stars, Power Lines. And then from Power Lines, I left to the US. So after that, I came back after 16 years in the US, came back to Ghana, and then started with it again. And I think first job that I got was University of Ghana. I was the head coach. From there, went to Nanya. I did Nanya for a while. And I left Nanya. I went to Bichim United. From Bichim United, I went to Tema Youth. Tema Youth, went back to Midiama. Midiama, I didn't even go through the season. It was maybe mid-season, and then Kusiapia came to me that he has a job in Sudan, that I can join him up. And then we went to ask Muspaka about giving me the permission to go, and he said he granted it, so we can go. So I left to Sudan, came back after 2 years, get back to Midiama again. Midiama, went back to Tema Youth, then Inter Allies, Vision, and then now Okwahu United.
Well, it's definitely been a very long journey for you in terms of coaching. How would you say that you landed the job of being Okwahu United coach? How did you get to this point?
Yeah, with the Okwahu thing, it's like a dream comes true. Because I quite remember when I started with the Bichim, we had a friendly match with Okwahu United. And after the game, I said to myself, this is where I come from. So when I'm going to end my career, I'll definitely pass by and then finish my career here. So I think last year I was out of the country. I was in what do you call it? I was in what do you call it? I was in Europe, for some business deals, and I had a call from my younger brother. He's the Jasihini of Okwahu. He asked me where I am. I said, I'm in Europe right now. And I asked him, what's the problem? He said, when I come to Ghana, they want to see me. So I have a friend that also contacted me that the Okwahu United job, he wants us to go and take it as a project and get it done. I said, okay. So when I came, my brother to talk about the same thing, Okwahu United, and I said to them, I think they took me to Abene to go and see the chief, Dasibre, about the issue that I'm from here, my wife too is a Okwahu woman, and I want to help. So we didn't talk that much. Immediately I ended my statement. He said, hey, my friend, you are from here, the team is for you, take it up. So he told them that I can have the job, and then let's see what comes out of it. And we started. Then some changes came in. I think I tried to move the team out of Nkoko, whereby the news that I heard there was like the boys, they go to bed, roaming in town at night and stuff like that. And I said, well, all those things will fight against me, so I need to move them out of there. So we moved them, we came to Okwahu, and I think up there was one of the towns that it's very quiet. So it worked out well for us. We got them a place to stay. We were training at a Okwahu Ridge secondary school. They have a nice pitch there. We train on it, and then we play our matches in Priso. It wasn't an easy journey. As of now, we are able to qualify the team to the local affairs. It was a battle. Our competitor was very good. He had good players. He had one of the good coaches in Ghana. That's a positive. So it was not easy at all for us. When we started, we were ahead. They came by past us at the middle of the league. And also, when it was getting to the end, we also bypassed them. And I think when we finished, the gap between us was 7 points. I think the last 2 matches they lost, and we won the last 2. So we came up with 7 points. That was the interval between us and Positive. It was not an easy journey, but I thank God so much that I took it on, because it's a dream come true for me and for my kids as well. My family, the whole entire family is behind me. Most of my family people are not here. All of them are in the US. And all of them, they call me daily, ask me how things going and stuff like that. And I know when I'm fighting and they are behind me, I feel very, very strong, because I know what they can do for me and then the family as well. As we stay together and fight together. So this is what has brought us to this far. I'm happy. My kids are so happy how far life has also gotten us to. Okwahu United was one thing that we have to do. I always say this, that my in-law was a big Okwahu man. He did something for Okwahu mine, and I think he did it at St. Peter's. He built a school church for them. And I also want to do something for the Okwahu mine as well. I don't have the money, but maybe my knowledge in football is what I've done now for Okwahu mine. So it was something dear to my heart, and then to my family, my kids, they are so happy. And that's a said something to me. If my kids come here and they got a flat tire and they are losing it, and someone stop and they ask who's your father, and they ask, say Coach Prince, maybe they'll buy a new set of tires for the kids to go away. So it's a legacy that I'm trying to leave behind, and I'm very happy. With the coaches, we try to do things, try to make money. But on this trip here, it's not money. It's my legacy with my family, not just me alone. It's the whole entire family. I tell you, where we stay in Obo, the team stays in Obo, it's a family house of mine. And they stay in there. We want to get it done. Anyhow, in a way we will do it, My family is behind me. We had a fair for the first year. The second year, maybe after your interview, I have to move and see my elder sister and talk about it. I want 1 more year from there. So things are falling in place. It makes me happy, and I feel, I'm presenting the family. My mother used to call me Owusu. Now he doesn't call me anymore Owusu. He calls me Oboba. She's proud. And I think that's what the family needs, not money. Let them also feel part of it. After a game, a supporter ran to me. He goes down on his knees, hold my 2 legs, and tell me that see, people were starving there for football.
And Coach, now that you've moved your team from Division 2 to Division 1, I know long term you want to get Okwahu back into the Premier League. That's Ghana's top flight. How many years do you think it will take for you to achieve this dream?
That's a good question. I think It's now. We got to do it now. Nobody knows tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. If you now, you get the guts to fight now, let's do it now. Don't let us wait when the spirit goes down, when people started relaxing, you know. No, I think it's now. We are going in there to give it all out. And the pressure that we were handling the first in the Division 2, I know it's going to be greater than that now. So all of us, we need to prepare ourselves and prepare it well. I think 3 days ago, we met Akoto with the Dasibria, and we spoke about it. It's one touch. We just got to go there and get it done. So we need their help, and then Okwahu people to, you know, come behind us. The supporters, those who, you know, have the know-how, everybody should come on board, you know, so that we can get it done.
And how would you assess the overall quality of your team ahead of the Division 1? Would you say with the team that you have, you are ready to compete?
Yeah, I think if we have if we are talking about the registered players, we have good ones. We need to beef it up. And I'm doing it right now. Yesterday I had a meeting with one of the football people to get some players to come on board and join us as well. We know that we cannot do it with the same boys. That was the second division. It's the first division, it's different a little bit. So we need to, you know, boost up the squad with the quality players. So we are doing it. And last night I was lying there, I was happy that all those that I want, when I reach out, I get them. So I'm happy.
And Coach, you're talking about building a bigger stadium which will accommodate a lot more fans. Just give me an idea of how important Okwahu United fans are for the club.
I'll tell you the truth. It's something that I've inquired on it, but I'll just speak it out here to you. Some of the games that we go in, immediately I reach the gate to enter the stadium and I see these supporters, I get emotional. I don't want to disgrace them. I don't want them to go home sad. So everything, every button I have to move to make it work, it comes to my mind that no, you have to go in for a killer. It was one game. We got there, the park was full, and full with Okwahu supporters. And that was a game that I'll say they won that game for us. They won that game for us. There was an incident on the pitch. So a supporter came on the pitch. I was standing right by the referee when the supporter came. The guy came to the referee and said, my friend, we've heard that every last minute you people take a penalty and let people win. Today, if we do that here, you're not going by peace. You'll be sorry. And I look at the guy, I heard him, he woke up and then he walked away. Look, get in the last minute, an incident come on the pitch. That guy could take advantage and whistle for penalty. He ignored it. So after the game, I went back to him. I shook his hand. That you're a good listener. If you didn't listen to this guy here and you took this penalty, it's going to be chaos. Because it was an open field. There was no inner perimeter. So everybody they'll come right to him before the police comes in. And I always say to my boys that you didn't win that game. It's the supporters that won the game for us. So they're playing a key role for us. When we go away, that's when we play very good soccer. When we come at your home grounds and your pitch is good, you are dead. With the supporters behind us, it gingers us. Everybody wants to prove themselves to the supporters that yeah, they can play. And in the team, if you get selection, my friend, for you to get sick and go and come back again, you go and join the queue to get back in there. That's how it was. I made everybody important on his role that he plays for the team. So if you step out, there's someone coming in to take it. If he comes, we win 2 matches. When you come, you wait. You know, so it was, everybody was killing himself. And the boys were ready to do it. The boys were ready to do it. And I know there's some things that I cannot say on camera. The boys did everything to make us get to where we are right now.
And if I was to ask you, Coach, what's the Okwahu brand of football that has brought you from the Division 2 to the Division 1 that you are perhaps looking forward to using that to catapult yourself into the top flight?
Yeah, I think I'll start with my supporters. On that side, we've changed the mentality. They come and support and they go home. They don't do other things. That's the role they play. How they organize themselves is looking very good. For them to come to the pitch, to come to the stadium and everything, they are doing it very, very well. But the blind itself, I name it hard work, it pays. The boys are working very, very, very hard. And, they listen to instructions. So it looks very good. But as you said, it's a blind. I think automatically I say good football. Very good football.
And what are you anticipating in the Division 1? Is it a case that you believe it will be similar levels, or do you think Division 1 will be much stronger than what you saw in Division 2?
No, it's going to be a little bit tougher than the one we had in the Division 2. Because the local affairs is a little bit tougher. I know it myself because I've coached there with Vision before. And it's much different with the second division. The second division games, sometimes on the technical side, we will adopt something. It will take a longer period for the other opponent coach to realize it. But when you come to the local first division, the coaches there, some are very good. And they'll pick it up maybe in 2 minutes or something. So in 2 minutes, you have to change it again. So you have to work harder to make sure that, you overcome or you be ahead of the other coach, to get all your games well. So there's a difference. And, some of the teams there are also big clubs. Their facilities are also very good. So it's not going to be easy. It's two different ball games together.
And to the Ghana Premier League now, your former side, Mediama, a team that you coached on a couple of occasions, they've finally been crowned champions for the first time in their history. How would you assess their season, especially looking at the fact that Aduana, their rivals, topped the league for majority of the time?
Yeah, I think Mediama is fond of doing that. When they start the league, sometimes it doesn't go well. I think way down even the first round, I made a phone call. I asked them what's going on. The winning is not coming, We all love the team. Whether I'm not there or not, Moses is very close to me. We spoke even after they won and we also won, and with the two of us, we were so happy that, we have achieved our dreams and stuff like that. So it's a team that, I have contacts there. I talk to them frequently. And the first round was a little bit difficult. So Diana went and stayed there for a longer time, But they were putting things together. And then getting to the end of the league, I said, no, the way they are coming, they will overtake. And, finally, they won the league. And I know what Moses put in to get to that far, because we talk. He did a very good job, for them to get the league. It was not easy. It's a league that you have Kotogo has, Olympics, and those tough clubs are all in there. And you coming from behind, driving like that to winning at the last minute, it's huge.
And with what you've seen with the Mauve and Yellows from last season, do you think that they can compete on the continent?
Yeah, I think now, the stadium is now even well done, and I think they want to play it at home grounds. They are ready. They can do a lot. They have the stretches now than before. whilst we have to go and stay in Takrady to play the matches. And as we speak, I coached them in the African Cup as well. I think one of the toughest games that I've ever coached was against Midiama and then TP Mazembe. It was a game that I think I lost 2 pounds before the game ended. You know, we were leading by 2. They came back, equalized 2-2 to the last minute. Then we got our last minute goal that we won that game by 3-2. And I was very happy with it. They can do it. They have the men, and I know what Moses can do. For them going to Africa, I know now the what do you call it, the gold mines are very, very well behind them than before. So I think they'll go far. Before, you know, our time, we lost a game. It was due to traveling delays. We got there, I think I went with the first group. We got there the day before the match. And the second group came in the night before. The next day we played the game, and then it was so bad. We were able to play. We played it through the whole 75 minutes. After that, you know, the boys got tired. We were beaten 1-0 at Algeria. So now this time around, he has a backup where he can, you know, arrange the matches, the traveling, you know, before the time comes up, and maybe get a 2 days rest before the game itself will come. And that was the biggest mistake we did. And I know I will call him and advise him on that thing too as well, to make sure that, you know, if they get those things well, they will do it.
In the past few years, there's been a school of thought that the overall quality of the Ghana Premier League has dropped drastically. We're seeing underperformance from big clubs like Hearts of Oak, Kotoko, and then Great Olympics. And even when you go to Africa, it's been a while since we had the Ghanaian representative get to the money zone of any of the CAF inter-club competitions. Is it a thought that you agree with, that the quality of the league has dropped a bit?
Yeah, it's a big problem, and it's to be very, very difficult to tackle it. I tell you, my brother, because the quality players, you know, they don't stay here nowadays like before. The quality ones goes in the early part of their games from the second division, first division clubs. They send them out, so it's very difficult. I think 3 days, me and a friend of mine, we sat down, we were talking about it. There's a way of doing it, you know. Look, Kotoko, if they want to come back, they have the money. Has can come back, they have the money. The problem is that, you know, you don't go out there looking for Abedipele in Ghana here now to come and play House of Oak or Kotoko, no, or maybe Midiama. What you got to do is, you know, just go around, see the best ones that are playing in the league. You know, we got some people, they know that the age is not on their side. Their time is here to make money now. And you can get good ones out of those ones and then put them out there. They are spread over. If you go most of the club, they have some individuals in there that they can play that role. Just put a squad together, you know the qualities. And you add some young chaps in there, you know, that could do the dirty job, and then these guys use their brains. It will come back, it can come back up there again. But it's not easy now because the boys are all spread over. Some even are playing the, the local division, first division. So it's not easy. They can do it. It can come back up. Now, what they are saying is, my worry is about the fans that come to the city to watch the games. It's so bad. I have a cut mark in my face right now. There was a game, Olympics, and then House of Oak playing. The stadium was full. Way back when we were young. We were fighting our way through it. Someone headbutt my hair. They said, Mark here or here. I think one of these. My friend, you don't see those things anymore. In the queue, I was in the queue going to buy a ticket. My leg was not touching the ground, but I was moving. Because we were so tight when they moved with me. We can see those things here again. So, the difference is the quality of players that performs out there. It's going down. It's keep on going down. And that one, we cannot do anything about it. Because if I have a son, and he's that good, I will not let him play here while he can play in Arsenal. I'll let him go. So that's what we are all living.
And if I was to ask you that if you had the opportunity to coach any current Ghana Premier League club, which club would you be going for?
This time?
Yeah.
No. No. What it has come to, it's very difficult for me to go back to the Premiership. It's Okwahu United. That's it. It's Okwahu United, that's it. Because Okwahu is my home. I feel comfortable. And the people that I'm working with, they are always supporting me. Anything I ask for, the blink of an eye, I get it. I'm so comfortable. And you know, I told you I'm doing it for my family as well. I got a message last night from one of my cousins that it's been a while that we spoke. Even when he sent me the message, I didn't recognize him. I asked, who is this? And I sent the message back to him, and he said, it's your big brother, Appa. And I was like, oh, sorry, you know. They are all happy now. They are all happy. And they want to help, not just being happy, they want to help, you know, for the team to go up. So if you ask me going back to the Premiership, I told you that I have enough of it, you know. I have enough of it with the Premiership or moving around, going to stay in Kumasi, going to stay in Accra, somewhere, Takwa and all those things. I'm 64 years now, you know, so I have to, you know, just quit the job maybe in the next 2 years, and I'll stay with the club.
You also mentioned that you had the privilege of coaching the under-20 team some years back. You probably produced some good level of talent and had some success with the team. If you look at that level that the team produced back then with under-20 and you look at the level now, what are some of the differences and how do you think we can revive our youth national teams again?
It's always been that way. It's always been that way. I'll tell you a story here. When I was employed to handle the under-20s, I was assisting Maxwell Kwendu, and then Maxwell at the same time was with the Black Stars. So Maxwell and the Black Stars left, and they left the boys for me here. And I think we were training at the Pesek, the school pitch there. When he came, he saw a little bit difference. We went to the first tournament we went to play Uganda. And they scored us 3-1. I saw Uchaya, Kotoko left back, he scored a wonderful goal there. So on the way back to the airport, I was so sad, and I didn't want to talk to anybody. So I stayed back, sat in the bus, the back seat there. We got to the airport, they all got down, I got down. They went to check in. I went to check in, and I also came back to sit down. I stay away from everybody. Seeing the quiet, I was crying in me, because I want to win. I can't go to Uganda and they score me 3. What's the problem? So I was sitting down quietly. Before I lift my head up, I saw that then was a chairman, was a Jeffrey, and then Maxwell Kwendu, they were walking towards me. They said, why is that I've stayed away from everybody, staying by myself? I said, I'm so sad. At that time, I told them what's wrong with me. That if you are saying these are the best players in Ghana, to pray for us here, to come and lose 3-1 here, he's not. So George, you know, is also a bold guy. He told me, so Prince, what can we do? I said, we have players in Ghana that can make us beat these people. We've seen these boys, the guys who play a game, they are tall. The only thing you can use some short guys who are very fast on them, you will kill them. Within a split second, we will kill them, you outrun them and do everything. So just told me that when we go to Ghana, any player in Ghana that I think it can help us to do it, bring him on board. So Maxwell also left for the Black Stars again. So I took about 4 players in addition with what we had that time. And the guys came here, we camped in Tamale. We played a game in Tamale. I quite remember. And then they came here. We scored them 4-0. And those guys that came on board, they were the guys who scored the goals. And one thing, something happened. I was just sitting down. That was a 3, and we needed one goal more, to just push them away. Then I had a comment made on the bench that microphone number 3, I had it. So I started looking at it, number 3, and that's Uchaya. I just saw him holding his pants, and I said, okay, I call my brother, he's tired. So we make a quick substitute. We brought Emmanuel Jemfi. He was then Kotoko's captain. We brought him on board. They passed there, they got another goal. And then that was it. We won that game, and then we went to play the Morocco, yeah. I think we played our first game here. We scored them 4-1 or so. So when we went there, when we started the game, at about 10 minutes, these guys have gotten 2 goals already. Whew. And today we are dead. That's what came in my mind. I said, we have a big problem today. But we were able to civilize everything down. We slowed them down, by doing some couple of changes. And we're drawing some guys to come and stay back a little bit. So way down the line in the second half, at the 70th minute, the 80th minute, at the 87th minute, it was 2-0. And then we scored 1 goal. It became 2-1. And then the referee took a penalty for them. Not a free kick, right in front of the box. And they scored, make 3-1. And the game ended, we are qualified. The other side of the story, I don't want to talk about it. I had to stop. They have to take me out from the national team. And then someone take it up to the World Cup. Look, those guys out there seeing the team drop, they know what to do to get it up. You guys have the power to speak on the media for things to change. And I know you guys are talking. I've heard some of the coaches have lost their job. They let the whole technical team dismiss them and everything. It's two you guys talking. If it was quiet, maybe it will not happen. Keep on talking. See whether they will do the right, appointment, and then see the team come up again. Me personally, that's what I would say.
And because of all these problems that we're seeing at the youth levels, it's translating to the national team where we're not also seeing so much success.
Yeah, I think it's a big problem with our strikers now in Ghana. Before we were able to produce very good ones, we are not doing that now. So the scoring of goals is very difficult. Most of the time, the midfield comes forward and score for us, to win our big games, But we need to work things out well. They're calling guys to the national team that were born outside and stuff like that. It's all good. But they should try to pick the right guys. There's a lot of them out there. They will come one, you will not hear from them again. And when you go there to check out on them, they are doing well in their clubs. They are not being called. It's very difficult. I think the way we are changing the coaches is a problem too. If we have someone there for about even four years, he's there. I know those guys he has called before, and he's not calling them. And he calls another person, and you see the one he called was better than this one. He'll go back and call the person back again. But if a new person comes in, he's also looking somewhere else, to go and pick another one. But maybe, the other one that the coach was not calling him has gotten better. And because he has called him before, he has him in mind. what's going on now with him, you know? And we may call them back, but we keep on changing the coaches, and you know, I don't know. It's very difficult. Very difficult. Me, I would say, because I was lucky. He was blessed that he was able to have it a longer time, you know, to do all this new recruitment and stuff like that, getting young chaps coming in. Some people like Kudus, them, all of them, you know. It's not easy. It's not easy. We were getting there. But when we kept on changing the coaches, it's been a problem. It's a problem. They need to sit up and find a situation for that. The coaching changing is too much. It's too much. People come there with the right qualifications, you know, they are qualified for the job. Maybe they need some support, you know, to get the team going by. Well, they just maybe push you out, get another coach. And it's been like that. That's why I said Kwesi was blessed, because it's been like that from way back. We keep on changing coaches. After a match, you go and come, they sack you. But if we don't stop those things, I don't think we're going anywhere. We sit down here and then we say we are a football nation. And that makes me funny. It's funny to me because I went to Sudan and I saw the pitches we were playing our games on, and I compared to what we are playing on here. And I say, look at these people. Sun is killing them. There's no rain. See what they've been able to, you know, put up. You see Barbados, green grass. It comes out like just like the artificial ones. Just come out straight like that, and they have it there in Sudan. And that thing takes a lot of water. But it's in Sudan. Here, it rains like now. Look how it's raining now. We don't have it here. So we need to sit up and do the right things. I know we have the men, and Ghana is blessed with talent. Ghana is blessed with talent. And look at us. When we are going to any competition, like the African Cup, you think, oh, this team is not going to do anything. That's when they shine. If we have watched it, the time they will put up a team, they say, oh, when they almost that's the time they go and they go further. Those we go and we think, oh, Charlie, this squad here, we come back home. So we need to, you know, sit down and then share ideas, see what we can do to bring it. It's all of us. I promise on all of us, not just the FA people, no. Also everybody. It's for Ghana. It's for Ghana. We all have to play part of it, see how we can bring this thing back up again. It's so wonderful, beautiful when Black Stars are doing well in the competition. See how the nation moves. Everybody's happy. The politicians even take those grounds to settle their issues, you know. So we should just make sure we get the Black Stars going.
Oh, Coach, of course, I have to give you the honor and the chance to also say your final words to the people of Okwahu. I know how much you adore them and how much you want them to see Okwahu United rise to the top again.
I just want to say a word to my fellows, Okwahu. It's been a very difficult time for us the last year, and we are able to bring the team to the local fest now. I will just take this opportunity to ask all of us, the Okwahu people, anyone that have believed this Okwahu blood in him, to come on board and help us see this team doing the best in Ghana. We are here, you know, we see Okwahu is back into premiership and stuff like that. There's Diana in there, Bichim is in there, all these, what do you call it, traditional clubs are in there as well. What is Command doing? What's wrong with us? We need to straighten things up. I want everybody to come and join us. It's going to be better. And we are on the right track. Please. I know before you guys put money in there, you don't see the outcome of it. This thing, at least we've shown you something. So please come on board and then join us. Let's just bring this team up again and then make people, the Okwahu people, you know, so happy. I quite remember this one story. I would say that after we won the Middle Lake, on our way coming back, we got to Nkoko. There was traffic a lot. The guys taxi drivers were blowing horns and stuff. And I was upset in my car because one taxi driver has parked in front of me. He has got down, taking his car key. So I got down and I said, Masa, there was an old lady standing there. He called me, Coach, come on, do my check. I started laughing. I laughed so much and I came back into my car. You see, as I say about DJ, we should bring it up again. We can do it and do it better than what it is now. Thank you.
Well, all too soon, this is the end of the exclusive interview that we had with Coach Prince Owusu, who led Okwahu United back into the Division 1 for the first time in 7 years. Well, judging from everything that he said and the passion that the people of Okwahu have for the club, we're hoping to see them climb back up onto the pinnacle of Ghana football. My name is Okwahu United, and this was an exclusive interview by 3 Sports.